Okay, boys and girls, I thought I'd share with you today something that's real and not fake. Yes, again, I've got some idiot sending me emails again. Do we need to do his name? We know who he is because we've already shared his name amongst the community. And even his buddies have turned round and said he's a complete idiot. Still, never mind. There must be hope for the retarded amongst us. So, what I thought I'd do today, seeing as one of the chaps asked me about how I sharpen my knives. This is my sharpening rig. This lets me do a lot of different angles on here. I can get as shallow as 10 degrees if I'm doing a cutthroat, but I don't do cutthroats or anything like that. I have a number of Japanese stones. That's sort of my finishing stuff, and then I have these are diamond cards. These are for when I'm doing blanks, so I've got my blank ground out to the shape I want, or aqua cut to the shape I want. Then I've got my main bevels are already in at the production stage. They're done on a big sanding belt, and then of course what we do is we come in with our stones. And you see the angle of the stone there. It's the angle by which we sharpen, which is the most important bit, right? Yeah, got it? Can you see that? Hey, there you go, look, see? And it's all about keeping that angle the same all the time. Now, I made some parts for this system so that I can put my diamond cards in. And my diamond cards are really for doing, really, if I'm doing a lot of removal and I don't want to wear my stones out, that's when I use the diamond cards. And today I am doing one of my Turkish archery knives. And we're doing the angle of the blade on this one to, I don't know, I'm trying to get a nice 20 degrees. I'll take the 20 degrees all the way to the cutting edge, and then when I get to the cutting edge, I'll change that, and the last quarter of a mil will then be 30 degrees to make the cutting edge sharper. But this was actually for Odin, and this is how I do my angles, buddy, and how I get my stuff so razor sharp. Although technically I don't do razor sharp, because razor sharp, you'll get a cutting edge that you can chip. So this metal is so hard, it's so incredibly brittle that if you get down to sort of a 10 degree cutting edge that you can strop and produce a really razor edge from it, that cutting edge becomes so incredibly brittle. Even like if you're skinning and you're trying to de-joint, like a knee joint or a hip joint on an animal, you'll chip the blade. That's how brittle that becomes. Although I'm quite generous with these hardnesses on these blades being sort of 50-55 on the Rockwell scale, but still I try to avoid razor sharp if I possibly can. But that's how I do it. I hope you enjoyed that. And away from got his little spare room in his Duffy garage. Oh. See you later, lads. Ta-da. Okay, got my spare room. That guy from the dingy garage. Eat your words, my friend. Anyway, less bitterness, more productiveness, right? So, steel, and namely the archer's knives I do, right? This is the Turkish one. And mixed results on these as draw knives. Some people say they're fantastic. Some people say, oh, I can't use them at all now. And it's all to do with the stave sharpening, right? Or stave rounding, whatever you want to call it. Turning a square piece of wood round. Now, what I want to point out with these is you don't take them and run them physically down. Your shavings will be really small. In fact, actually you can do that for really delicate spots, but when we're taking off big bits of wood, what you do with these is you take this and you jab it in a piece of wood so it's rock solid, okay? Then holding this side of it, and this is, you know, a small log or something, so you're sitting on a tree stump, a small log in front of you with this stuck in it. Then what we do is we hold the wood in our hand, not the steel, right? And then we draw the wood through the curve to get our shape. But still these well dried, right? And I've had some people saying they can't get it to stick into the wood. And of course they don't want to hit the end with anything heavy because they don't want to break all my the luscious handles that are on here, okay? Which is fair enough. I've actually chipped this one in the past, or I've repaired it. But I know exactly where you're coming from. And it is actually quite a broad point. And then it suddenly dawned on me, hardwood versus softwood. So I did try. Of course, it goes in softwood, absolutely lovely, but hardwood, it's really hard because if you look at it from the negative side that doesn't have the drawer on, or the angle for the draw blade that's on the back, that tip is just too big. So I think I can lose 3/4 of that drawer cutter there, that spoke shaver, and still have a spoke shaver on there. What I'm trying to get at is, of course, with my knife, I just have a plain spine here, right? But my tip is ground out just only for penetration. This thing's like a needle on the end. You don't even want to touch that, it's really sharp. Okay? Because this is for opening boxes, making tiny little incisions. This is not. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to incorporate. Well, let's put you on zoomy. I'm going to incorporate, see this little grind? This is what gives this its almost needle-like point. I'm going to incorporate that grind onto the back side of this spoke shave, just where my finger is there, where that blade is really, really fat. And that should let us shunk into a tree trunk or whatever you're using, so you can do your wood drawer on it. And I think that's going to work exceptionally well. So if you're one of my chaps that's had one of my archer's knives and you are finding problems sticking this in a tree trunk, because of course we can't go with the grain lengthwise, this has to be almost sideways at an angle so we can draw through it, right? It just makes life a lot easier. If you're having problems, or you're particularly using hardwoods, or you live in an area where there's hardwoods, remember that I sell these worldwide, send it back over and I'll do that regrind for you. I've got a new wet grinder, so there'll be no heat put into the blade. In fact, I can't wait to use it, right? Because I'm building up all the stock for my new workshop, you'll see on the video. Anyway, so if you're having those problems, get in contact, man, and we'll sort something out. And I must admit, this is not really a stabby item. It's not made for that job. It's just a general. This was your Swiss Army knife of the 12th, 13th century, and they do a little bit of everything. So if you're having that problem, send it back in. I'm going to do that tiny little concave recurve on the end. I think we'll only end up losing 1/4 of the spoke shave here, and I think it'll work out alright. I'm going to do this one, and then I'll let you know how it gets on. Alright lads, I'll see you later. Ta-da! Bye!